Excellent job there, of course, by our friend Jessica Blaylock. Panthers tonight. Come on, let's go. Like she said, 7 goals last time they faced Montreal. Barkov had a hat trick. Kachuk had a pair. I think that was Barkov's first game back, and he had the hat trick in the first period. Do it again tonight. Let's go. Montreal stinks. Panthers, they're playing they're playing good hockey right now. All right, so come on, make me start to believe you can catch that wild card spot. Let's do it. We are, like I said, we're a couple days away from the divisional round playoffs. We'll really get into that tomorrow. We'll get more into the betting lines. We'll talk more NFL tomorrow. If you want to get some of the betting options, yesterday our pal, Odyssey Sports, you bet, Nick Costos, used to join the ZASLOW Show every week for years. He made his triumphant return to ZASLOW Show 2.0 yesterday. So you want to go back and listen to Nick. He was on yesterday's show. We'll do a little bit more of that to be certain on tomorrow's show as well. Hey, if you're looking for a place to watch the divisional games, I will be at Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach this Sunday. Come hang out. I know a few of you were there last weekend. I ended up being a game time decision for the Dolphins game. I didn't make it. I am going to be there this Sunday. Come on out, Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach, world's greatest upscale dive bar. You got live music every day. The Briny Hour, that's happy hour, 4 to 7 p.m. on weekdays. But come hang out with me this Sunday. We're going to watch the divisional games. That's Bengals, Bills, Cowboys, 49ers. That's a great day of divisional football. Come on out Sunday. Look, you got fish and chips. You got mahi tacos. You got shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie so much. Come on now. Come get out there. You got great food, cold beer. Great beer on draft as well. So come hang out this Sunday. Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach, Atlantic Boulevard, all the way out to the ocean. Park behind the Briny. They will validate your tag. You will not have to pay for parking. World's greatest upscale dive bar, Briny Irish Pub, Pompano Beach. All right. So tonight we got the Panthers. It's Thursday night, so it's the one night a week that there's no wrestling. All right. So if you're into that, you got to find something else to do after the Panther game. I was watching AEW Dynamite last night after the Heat game. And, they did a little bit on Jay Briscoe. I told you yesterday how Jay Briscoe, Ring of Honor, he died in a car crash. Oh, my God. I hope his daughters, he has young girls. Apparently, they're dealing with injuries as well. I hope they're okay or that they're going to be okay. Going to be okay. Their father just died. So horrible. And so they did a little bit of a tribute to him last night on AEW Dynamite. We'll talk more about it on Saturdays. It's Still Real to Me. That's obviously my wrestling show. So come on, make sure you look out for that. Me and my partner, Joey Levine, It's Still Real to Me every Saturday. Hey, I got to tell you guys, if you're not feeling well, all right, this isn't a hot take. This is just me trying to help you out, all right? If you're not feeling well, what if I told you that a doctor can come to your home and treat you in the comfort of your own living room? What if you're at work, you're in the office, you don't feel well, but you don't have time to go make an appointment with the doctor, go on out there because you're working? What if the doctor will come to your office and treat you there? Well, let me tell you about Doctors on Call 365, South Florida's urgent care that comes to you. That's right. The convenience, for me, that's worth anything. I'll pay whatever. But here's the thing. It's self-pay, Doctors on Call 365, South Florida's urgent care that comes to you. But the price you would pay out of pocket, your copay, if you go to the ER or if you go to an urgent care, not only are you going to wait for hours to be seen, but you're going to pay more for your copay than you would pay for Doctors on Call 365 to come and treat you at your convenience. You'll get someone on the phone immediately, 786-577-9302. Go online, doctorsoncall365.com. Broward County, Miami-Dade, Southern Palm Beach as well. Like I said, you'll get someone on the phone immediately. I've used Doctors on Call 365. Used it for myself, had to get a COVID test. Used it for my son, had to get a strep test. You need a flu test. You need IV fluids. You need blood drawn. You need your prescription refilled. 786-577-9302. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You get someone on the phone. The convenience, like I said, priceless. Doctors on Call 365.com. Let's get to big deal or not a big deal. Come on now. You know what I'm talking about. Big deal or not a big deal. Let's start things out with, I already told you, the Western Conference in the NBA is bananas. I love what's going on in the Western Conference right now. After last night's win at the Lakers, the Sacramento Kings, they improved to 25-18. The Kings. Whenever you're thinking about a garbage NBA franchise, the Kings are the first one that comes to your mind, right? The Sacramento Kings at 25-18 are third place in the Western Conference after last night's win. That's a big deal. I love what this Western Conference looks like. Look at the top 6 in the Western Conference. Here you go. Denver, Memphis, Sacramento, New Orleans, Dallas, Utah. I love the Western Conference this year. That's a big deal. Big deal or not a big deal? How about Chris Ford, longtime NBA player, former head coach, Boston Celtics. He may have coached the Clippers also. Chris Ford passed away yesterday. I believe he was 73 or 74 years old. And it's a big deal, not just because he passed away and he's an NBA great, but how about this? The first ever three-point field goal made in NBA history, Chris Ford. That's right. Chris Ford, first ever three-point field goal made. That's a trivia nugget right there for your ass. That's a big deal. All right, big deal or not a big deal? So we talked about this yesterday because on Tuesday, it was Aaron Rodgers Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show. And Aaron Rodgers spoke about, if he's going to play anymore, if he's going to play for the Packers. He talked about how he still believes he can play at a high level, still believes he can win MVP. Well, some people didn't take that. They didn't like that he was talking about winning MVP at this point in his career. Here's Rob Gronkowski. He was on with Kay Adams from NFL Network. She's got a podcast. I think it's called, I forget what it's called, but it's Kay Adams from the NFL Network's Good Morning Football. Here's Rob Gronkowski. He didn't love it.
I'm totally fine with everything he said, except one major part, and that's the MVP again. It's just that I think I could win another Super Bowl, and then that would have been totally fine. Like, bro, why are you thinking MVP? Don't you want Super Bowls? Super Bowls are I think 5 times greater than an MVP award. We all know that you won the MVP a few times now, but everyone would know even more how many more Super Bowls you've won than MVP. So that's why I'm just a little confused about that. About that quote that he just had. I mean, it should be Super Bowls. You should never be thinking the MVP when Super Bowls are twice.
And you've won 4. He's won 1, and a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people are saying Brady wouldn't Brady wouldn't say that. Brady would say I want my team, I want that. And both these guys are going to have to make decisions.
I know there's plenty of people who thought the same thing. Where it's at this point in your career, I was probably talking about winning as opposed to MVP. It is funny though, where Gronk went from at one point there talking about winning Super Bowls 5 times bigger than MVP, and at the very end, it was only 2 times. It was only twice as big as winning MVP. That was interesting. Yeah, I'm going big deal. I can see where Gronk is coming from. I can see where a lot of people are coming from. And look, Aaron Rodgers, he does come off. He's a little bit of a selfish player. Does come off that way. Finally, big deal or not a big deal? We're 9 days away from the Royal Rumble. Oh my God, what a show it's going to be. Well, how about 31 years ago today, the greatest Royal Rumble ever, 1992. The title was on the line. First time ever. It's only happened twice, 1992 and 2016. I was at the one in 2016. But 1992, the first time ever, the WWF Championship is on the line because a few weeks before that, you had this Tuesday in Texas where The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, it was like a double disqualification. So Jack Tunney, the WWF president back then, stripped the title and put it on the line at the Royal Rumble. Ric Flair entered the Royal Rumble at number 3. He was in the final 3 with Sid Justice and Hulk Hogan.
Once again, hooking that bottom rope and looking from behind. Oh, Justice got rid of Hulk. Uh-oh. I don't like the looks of things now. There are no friends. There are no friends. Only enemies. Oh, is Hulk upset? He said, you stolen my belt. Good play. What the? And look at this. Hulk's there, holding on, trying to pull him out. It's Flair from behind.
led to the famous promo afterward, with a tear in my eye. This is the greatest moment of my life. Ric Flair becomes the WWF champion, an incredible Royal Rumble. I think it's the greatest of all time. 31 years ago today. That's a big deal. If you're of the younger generation of pro wrestling fan, go back and watch it. An incredible performance from Ric Flair, an all-time great moment. I remember I was 11 years old. My birthday is January 18. It was yesterday, and of course the day before that. My 11th birthday party. At my house, we ordered the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which back then, ordering pay-per-view was not easy. We ordered the pay-per-view, had like a dozen of my friends over, pizza party, watched the Royal Rumble, and Ric Flair wins it. That was a great birthday. I wish I was 11 again. That was a great birthday. That's a big deal. And that right there is another edition of Big Deal or Not a Big Deal. Yes, like I said, tomorrow we'll do a lot more on the NFL Divisional Playoff. Obviously, you'll have a Heat game day, Heat Mavericks. Hopefully, we'll be reacting to a Panther win tonight in Montreal. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Hey, make sure you like, you rate, you comment. You do all that good stuff for ZASLOW Show 2.0. Thanks to Jessica Blaylock. She's lovely. Always love having her on the show. Thanks to everyone who helped put together a great show today. We'll talk to you on ZASLOW Show 2.0 tomorrow. You know what that means.